Yeah, how is it?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Nice, good to hear. So, what's the latest news? Yeah, I think that's been a while since our last
It
session.
has been a while. Um, yeah, I got a new job right as we started, and I got so busy. I was like, man, that's unfortunate, but I'm on break now for like a week, and then I can pretty much do weekends, so I'm kind of good to go now.
Nice, good to hear. Yeah, any updates on your goals currently regarding the game? What are you aiming for at the moment?
Yeah. So I have switched to support because I was DPS, but I switched to Kiriko, and I am in a pool of Kiriko, Juno, Ana, and I want to learn Brig too, but I want to get as good as I can with Kiriko because I feel like um, I have a good potential with Kiriko, but Brig is another character I do need to understand better at some point after that, and just want to get better at support. DPS, I think we just got up to like we almost got plat last season, but we kind of just stopped. So we was my tank that I play with, he got the gold one. I was like gold three, but he was on a good pace to get plat. But my placements, I didn't play with him. Um, support, I just played with randoms, and I didn't place very well. So I kind of want to get out of silver back up to gold on support
Oh yeah.
because I'm like silver five, and I remember my placement games. I think I had one where a guy, our tank, just stopped playing because he was upset with what the team was doing. I was like, wow, I wish I was not in placements when you did that, but it's fine.
I see. I
Uh,
see. Yeah, makes total sense. So your long-term goals currently are focusing on Ana, Kiriko, Juno, potentially learning Brig.
yes.
That's what you're aiming for.
Yeah, just getting better with those characters. I'm decent. I'm usually really good with positioning. I definitely since I have Swift Step with Kiriko, I'm more aggressive with positioning sometimes. Um, we I got a Blizzard World game yesterday. I'm aware of mistakes I was making, but I do wanted you to see the mistakes that I can make just so I can um have ways to minimize those mistakes. Like I'm trying to really focus on my Suzu usage because I know I don't want to waste Suzu, and then
Oh yeah.
the other team's like, okay, Suzu's out. Okay, we can take
Mhm.
advantage of that. Um, that I definitely wasn't the best with Suzu this game compared to what I normally am, but I did want you to see um how I can be at my not at my worst, but not at my best, just so you can see it, and then how I can have other ways to um, just think about what I'm doing better, I guess.
Of course, yeah,
um,
makes total sense to me. That is something I
my
can help with, yeah.
my tank has been he was a support and I was DPS, and then we've switched to him being tank. He plays diva most of the time. He mains diva, and we really like our chemistry between Kiriko and diva because I'm always whenever he takes high ground, I'm usually up there with him, and pretty much we uh we go together pretty well. But sadly, he was pretty intoxicated when we played yesterday. So he was like, "Don't
Happens.
show him this game. Don't show him that game. He's gonna think I'm an idiot." I'm like, "He's not gonna watch it. He's just gonna watch me. It's okay."
I see. I see. Yeah, that makes total sense. And what you mentioned as well, the synergy between dive tank and you as a more dive support, kind of dive oriented support, it definitely work quite well together.
Hmm.
So that is something you can take advantage of. Makes sense. Yeah, that makes total sense. And what is your rank on support at the moment?
Silver five.
Silver 5. Okay. So your do you have any specific rank goal? Because I think we have multiple sessions, so that is something we can work on weekly later. But yeah, any specific rank you aiming for at the moment, or just like
I
you
think
said?
we're.
Mhm.
I think at least with my tank, I don't know yet by myself, just because randoms can be unpredictable. But I think we're definitely capable of getting plat. But I think right now we would be like going into plat and might get knocked back to gold into plat. At our best, I think we could maintain plat. Um, Getting to diamond is like we would probably need a lot of work to get the diamond, but I'd say plat is definitely my current goal right now.
I see it. That sounds good to me. Something to adjust to then. Yeah, maybe make a quick look at your hero pool, for example, might be useful, in my opinion, to just start working on two characters at this level.
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be just fine because you will have to, this way we don't have to learn a lot of micros. At the same time, two characters quite enough to just rotate depending on situation, depending on what kind of composition you run, what kind of map you run on as well. I think I assume the Kiriko is your main support well, just the main time you have one, or is there any other support as well you play quite a lot at the moment?
Um, I usually main Kiriko, but if Kiriko doesn't work, like if they have, um, like usually if they have like an Ash or an Ana and Suzu is very helpful, I would like
Makes
to. I
sense.
always try to run Kiriko at least, but if they don't have that and, um, we are just maybe getting dominated or something needs to change, then I might switch to Juno or Ana just to switch things up and see if we can find something else that works. If Kiriko is not working.
I see.
Just really depends what the game is. I'm mostly on Kiriko.
I see. That makes sense. Yeah, I would suggest again that is something you can think about. But for the long term, what your goals can be, and it's just maybe after you reach plat even, you just going even higher. Typically, if you have a hero pool, which allows you to be suitable in, well, let's say there are kind of three main situations. The
Mhm,
one situation is where you need some sort of short range pressure, kind of brawl situation.
mhm,
Another situation can be where you need mobility, like on a dive situation, or
mhm,
another one can be where you need some sort of long range pressure, poke damage, I would say. That is how I would simplify it. Of course, it's not just one dimensional, but yeah, especially with the rank games. But that is how you can aim to do it, but as a good start, if we start in Silver 5, I would rather just do two characters because it's
mhm,
typically enough to be able to climb to gold, plat, etc. I think it's okay. And later, you might picking up on the third support. That's how I would do it to be the most effective with your time and just so you don't focus on too many things at the time because fundamentals actually will stay the same. That's why you see a lot of top of funded players actually, let's say they play top of funded Ana only, but they also pick up on the other support. While they able to play really well on other support is because mostly fundamentals are staying the same. They are just some specifics regarding the kit which of course you have to adjust, but it does not matter as much compared to the fundamentals. That's why we're mainly gonna focus on that. And later,
mhm.
yeah, you can also think about the specifics. That's why I would say two characters for now can be enough, and that is something you really can make your decision about. You can tell me,
Yeah.
okay, let's maybe focus on Kiriko, Anna, maybe because I always want to prioritize making sure that it's fun for you to also play because this
Mhm.
way you're pretty motivated to learn and such. If it's not fun to practice two characters, then let's do more. But if it's okay, then I would suggest to do that probably. What do you think? Do you want to lean
Yep.
towards
That's
two
fine.
characters in this case, or maybe just sticking with four of how you wanted to do it? Yeah, just asking.
Yeah, we can stick with two characters because Kiriko is like a character I've support wise I've put most of my time into. I put some time into Ana and a little time into Juno and Brig, but I want to perfect Kiriko as much as I can, and then that second support
Sure.
understand how to play them better because I don't have a perfect understanding because I notice our my numbers isn't always the best on Ana and like other supports. I guess Brig is one I know can be strong in the meta. It just she's very hard for me to understand. But Ana, I know Ana's really good, but I don't have a complete understanding of how to play her yet. Kiriko is like the one I'm I have like my highest ceiling with currently,
Makes
and Juno
sense.
is just really good in the meta, so she's just another one
Yep.
that I was
Makes
like, oh, I might as well learn her.
makes total
But
sense. Yep. Mhm.
sticking with two is yeah, I agree. Sticking with two is good. So it's not like a lot to it's not a lot at one time, you know. They're the two characters I stick with I can learn quicker if I just focus on two characters.
Exactly. Exactly. And just to make a quick note, meta is something what matters, but it matters more later. Why is that the case?
Mhm.
Because maybe again it's not the exact representation of numbers, but
Mhm.
in my experience how it works, and usually with the students how it works is 99% of the value comes out of your performance, and the
Mhm.
other percentage, maybe it's one, well, let's say 5%, maybe it comes out of stuff like communication, it comes out of stuff like adjusting to meta. And this for now, let's say if I start at silver 5, it's not gonna matter as much
Yeah.
compared to our performance. That's why just playing the character you enjoy, just also focusing on non-meta characters also okay. And in reality, even at the highest top tier, you a lot of
Mhm.
times don't have to play meta characters. Of course, it's helpful. It's adding
Yeah.
additional percentage of value, but it matters more later because players solve their performance, and then you actually see streamers, for example, top of 100 streamers, they communicate a lot. Yeah, why they do that? They add in this additional percentage of value, but they do that because they already solved the performance. But a lot of people misinterpret that and they start communicating instead of focusing on their performance, which is reasonable. Yeah, you can communicate, but make sure that your performance is solved first. I think this is really important. Okay,
Mhm.
yeah, so this is really good. Yeah, we make these adjustments. Okay, I'm just gonna make a note of it. We focus on two characters, starting with Kiriko. Yeah, let's do that.
Mhm.
We can take a look at your replay here. And yeah, you mentioned Suzu. That is something you've been working on currently. Is there
Mhm.
anything specific it seems like you struggle with at the moment? Maybe anything related to other
Um,
ideas, concepts, anything?
I guess I know Suzu's a really important one. Really want to work on. I'm not bad with it, but this was one game I noticed was one of my um weakest with Suzu. I wanted to see your thoughts on how I could just, not make the mistakes I was making in this. I guess also monitoring um the other team's alts before I use my alt. Like I've had games where um someone that completely counters my ult, maybe like a Zarya ult or something, like
Oh
they'll
yeah,
just sit there and they'll hold the ult the entire time. And I've
just
gone
for you.
like, yeah, just for me. I'm like, okay, I would like to get my ult out at some point, but I know as soon as I pop it, they're just gonna be like, oh, counter. So I guess just your thoughts of how to deal with situations like that. Didn't really happen in this game. Oh, this game I also did. We went against Azaria, and I tried something. In the long run, it's probably not a good idea. I tried it, but they would pop Zarya bubble. Our entire team got sucked into it, and I always seem to get sucked into a Zarya bubble somehow. I just decide to walk into it. That's a bad habit of mine. I need to break.
Oh yeah.
But I teleported into it, and then I was just watching the team's health while we're in the bubble, and then I popped my ult maybe like right in the middle of the time that their ult's been going off, and then I Suzu. It worked out, but in higher ranks probably wouldn't work out. You'll see, but I just kind of want to see what you think about it. If that was a bad idea, or if that's something I shouldn't get in the habit of doing.
Sure, sure. That makes total sense. As a short answer, what do you usually do in those situations where they hold something? I think it's totally okay, especially as Kiriko, for you to just use your ultimate, use your stuff to force out their own cooldowns, to
Hmm.
force out their own ultimates, even. Especially in the case if you're playing Kiriko versus Zarya, let's say they hold Zarya ultimate. I don't,
Hmm.
I don't know why they would do that, but sure. Well, they might do that. Sure, that is something. to bait, and if you bait that, then it's pretty big value. To be honest, the Zarya's ultimate's more expensive compared to your ultimate as
Mhm.
well, so it's okay. You don't have to. I think at this point of time, I'm pretty sure we will not have to pay attention to how expensive certain ultimates are, make those calculations. I think a lot of times is just being able to use the ultimate the right time, the right place, and proactivity is also more important typically at this level. Just watching what we can do to just initiate, farm another one, and then do another one, because ultimate it's just a tool which allows you to win the fight. So if you're able to do that ultimate more, you have more chances of winning the fight if you farm your multiple ultimates instead of just holding using one. This is but
Mhm.
just an example, of course, but usually this is what happens at let's say around silver, gold. There is the tendency people tend to sometimes kind of wait a little bit too long, or maybe they don't wait, but then there's a bad time or bad place to use the ultimate. But we can talk about that, of course. Okay, can you see my stream just fine? Is it working?
Yep, it looks fine.
Nice, perfect.
The
Okay.
first time I died, I definitely want to know what your thoughts on what or where I could have placed myself to not die the first time I died. The second time I died, I was well aware as to why I died, and won't do it again. But the first time I died, I'm definitely curious on what you think of how I could have maybe prevented it because it was really sudden. I'll
Makes
also
sense. Yeah,
diving. I don't have a bad habit of it. I'm starting to break it, but this game I did it and it worked out luckily. But I was diving with my tank and I just TP'd into an absolute crowd of team members. So I was like, okay, I need to get out of here. This isn't
sure.
good.
Yeah, sure. So sounds reasonable. Let's just because I started with proactivity, and this is a lot of the talks usually in the sessions. Yeah, we usually talk about how to make the things happen. So the enemy will use their abilities. They will actually use resources on you.
Hmm.
There's gonna be some attention on you. And my question is to you: this position here, what do you think about that in terms of trying to just force an enemy to do something? Is that the position which allows you to just bait the enemy attention to make them do something? Because yeah, what's your thoughts? Yeah, just curious.
This was actually the first time I did this. I wanted to try it because I saw. Do you know who Aspen is?
Oh
She's
yeah,
a
yeah, she's
Yeah,
support. Yeah.
I saw her try it. I saw them actually hold objective at the start of this, and I was like, I've never actually tried that because normally we hold the choke up in front of us, but like this game, we definitely um. I was like, we should probably see if that works. I've never tried it. I was just interested as to
Mm,
why she was doing it, so I was just trying
mm.
new things.
This is good.
This
Yep. Okay.
our defensive first points have been were not good. Our DPS really kept getting picked off. Like I think our Sombra just got picked off immediately here.
Yeah.
And then the next
Exactly.
time we
She's
do
in the
it,
back
our
there.
Junkrat, yeah, our next time we do it, our Junkrat and Sombra, I think, get picked off. And overall, like this defensive first objective just didn't go well this game. But definitely, I'm not worried about them, but I'm just curious as to how you think I handled everything and what I could do to, just do a little bit better.
Of course. Of course. So regarding this point where you trying out stuff because you see someone do that, you
Hmm.
can be doing that, but be careful because in a game like
Yeah.
Overwatch, your positioning, it's all about the context. And the
Hmm.
thing is, you did mention that while a lot of times you people, and I would agree, usually at this rank, people have the tendency to take the fight really early around here or somewhere around here even, as we could see even in
Hmm.
your Sigma here, there's kind of just a little bit too far from this area here, where typically would
Hmm.
maybe higher tier players hold, but why? Because they understand the value of the positions. Well, they hold around those positions, sure, but the most important thing is to be on the same page, to be able to contribute to what the most of your team is doing. That's why I wouldn't just focus on the spots exactly. Like some people will tell you, oh, this is a crazy spot, you gotta stay there. But it's not true. A
Mhm.
lot of times you just have to look at the context. And how do you understand the context? The idea where to stay, it's based on multiple variables, and that is something maybe what could be useful to start with, so it will be easier for you to also use your abilities and force out the enemy attention, because the two basic ideas for you as a Kiriko, you really well, not really really mobile, but you're quite mobile. You can TP through
Mhm.
the walls. What that means for you usually, so this is gonna be first idea with angles. You can, in my opinion, you should look for deeper angles. This is what I would like to call 90 to 180 angles. What that means exactly, it's, for example, if your team is playing over here, let's say this is position A, they just go through here. For you, as a Kiriko, your 90 angle could be somewhere around here. This high ground, that is something what we can use and have this 90 angle, kind of perpendicular angle, not exactly 180, because I think the map layout is not allowing you to do so exactly. Maybe if
Mhm.
you're really creative, you could set up with your Sombra, but she's really far,
Mhm.
and that would complicate things with escape, but that could be possible potentially. Maybe, let's say there's a tracer, let's call it angle C around here, might be possible. Could be possible, 180 angle. But what it does, yeah, why is that important is, one, we contributing to the area where your team is attacking, and we trying as support. Your main thing is try to support your team through the pressure. Try to make sure that enemy actually do something towards you. They spend some of the resources, or you can also try to force out their resources too. And see, this position could make sense. That position could make
Mhm.
sense in general, but only if your teammates would play somewhere
Mhm.
around here. And this is typically what you will see the higher tier would do. That's why maybe Aspen would do that as well. This position could be
Mhm.
quite good if the fight is taking place already kind of over here. But see how
Yeah.
far we are, and as a Kiriko, your shots a projectile as well. So that's why, and this is a second idea, you need to typically take more mid-range, shorter angles. So this could be, as a starter, your short mid-range angle. You could rotate. I highly encourage, just try to experiment, see what works, what not, because I don't like the spots idea. This is not useful because you need to look at the context of the fight.
Mhm.
You always, at every rank, it's also going to be different, and some situations people can be really creative. Your teammates might maybe spawn camp sometimes, so they might do some weird stuff. But if you know those fundamentals, you will know where to position. So short 90 angle, maybe to just give you an example of this. Yeah, I will give you an example, and then we're gonna go over more of your stuff, your positional, and see where could you be based on this principle. Okay, so starting with 90 to 180, maybe someone like FD God. Okay, I have some examples saved just in case to show the concepts. Okay,
Mhm.
this is top 500 player. They mainly been playing Lucio, but they also play other supports too. Quite good, I think. And to just give you an example of 90 at 180 angle, starting here as an example,
Mhm.
we can potentially hold around the top, and we can see the most of the people, they have the tendency, especially the higher tier, they have the tendency to position around a angle, which is fine. What he can do, well, he could play around the bridge here, just kind of leaning towards this, try to shoot the enemy from this side. Maybe he could try to go deeper as well. But see, all of this, it's in relation to where most of his team is attacking, where most of them are doing damage. So we're not exactly stacked together, but we have this kind of short or mid-range. Yeah, so because short, I don't want you a lot of times to play shotgun, Kiriko. You don't want to be face-to-face.
Mhm.
You just short angle, but not face-to-face. This is your almost perfect distance, I think. This is good a way to look at
Mhm.
it. So we have the short off angle, 90 off angle, and then later you can try to maybe get the store, but it's okay because they got a lot of picks. I think they can drop, but then again, now see the another setup. Looking to go after this high gun. Yeah, now this is more 180 angle. Again, possible to do. This is something you can start with to divert the enemy attention and force resources. See how it's easy to land the shots as well if we have the short range pressure compared to how far we are here. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
possible to spam, but it's definitely not the easiest way. And maybe, just in theory, let's say we could play close angle. Maybe your Sombra could survive. Maybe you could have a chance to also Suzu her. She survives, and then
Hmm.
this is something what can get you better cooldown trade. Maybe they use sleep, they use nade, the Cassidy grenade, and this is better trade for your Suzu. Your Suzu is really useful for just trading those kind of cooldowns, stuff like that. Yeah, to just always do this idea. Try to follow this principle. I think this can be really useful. In fact, you can see to just celebrate on this how holding this angle, it just forces attention, forces resources. In this case, they shoot Orisa, so it forces Orisa fortify. They maybe just have to also not go that deep anymore, and because of it your team can do slightly more as well. You divert their attention, you can easily escape. That's why it's possible to hold those kind of more greedy angles, and that's what I would recommend to start with as a Kiriko. Lean towards more flankish, like we say, 180 angles, and should be fine. Okay, this concept, is it clear enough, or maybe any questions about the example, or yeah, is it clear enough?
Yeah, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Havana is one map I do that on. It's just where the other maps I haven't maybe figured out of where I could do stuff like that. But I know Havana, I always go up in that bar area.
Oh
Like
yeah.
if we're on defense to the right, I might throw some in there, and then I can just TP back, and then I can try the same thing when we swap. That was a miss Suzu, sadly. But learning the other maps, um, uh, places that I can do that is another thing I'm working on.
Exactly. Just try to experiment. I highly encourage this. Try to experiment. Let's say now, what are your options? The enemy just walking this way.
Yes.
Your team is position, let's say B. What are your options? Do you hold this high ground? Do you do anything else? How you would approach it if we use the same idea again? Short 9C, kind of to 180 angle. What do you think?
Um, I before we got pushed back to this point, um, let me think. Maybe on the top left side, I might be able to poke a little bit of the back line before they went around the corner. Um,
Yeah.
if they got this deep, I could possibly still play this high side because they're pushing in a little bit, and I could throw kunai at them
Do you lean
from
towards
the
the
right
left
side.
side or right side in this case? What do you think? What would be a good
Um,
choice? If they push that deep.
maybe right side.
Yeah,
Um,
just again to go towards that principle. This could be okay, exactly. And why?
yeah, yeah.
Because you trying to split their attention, try to make them look around, and if they look around, then the rest of your teammates they're not. It's not as easy to shoot for those
Mhm.
guys. Let's say Cassidy for his crosshair, it's gonna take more time to move simply, or something like Bob. Of course, you have to be aware of this stuff, but that's why you have shift. Your shift, your
Yeah.
escape, it allows you to just dodge the stuff you can easily escape. Of course, playing cover matters as well, but shift allows you to be aggressive. Shift allows you to do something. Force out attention, escape. Force out attention, escape. And good Kirikos, they're always good at doing this, trying to kind of hold those valuable angles, and this way it's gonna be easier. I think your Suzu is alright. Well, the decision definitely makes sense. We have this guy, we missed the Suzu, but the intention was there, and he was
Mhm.
quite critical. This makes total sense, I think. It's just maybe the position could also make it slightly easier, I think. If I have the position over here, you could also have slightly bigger chance of just
Yeah.
have the better opportunity, but it's okay. It seems that is something I would start with. The map control idea is just where we at, and making sure that the constantly forcing something. So for example here, what could you go right away?
Hmm. I could on the high ground on the right side, the staircase. Maybe I could go up there and poke.
Yeah, this is a good idea, I think. What?
The
Exactly.
little room before we get pushed back a little bit, I might be able to go to the room on the left side, and there's that
Hmm.
doorway facing the entrance where they're coming. I could poke from there maybe.
I like that idea too.
Uh,
Yeah. This could work.
or if I didn't go on the high ground on the right side, there's um, I could go in that little tunnel under and still go to roughly the same area. Now I could just swift step back to somebody if I need to.
This is good.
There's
Yeah.
times
Hmm.
there's times where if I do take these angles to poke, um, I've had it. I've had instances where the team is just getting so hard that they need my heals, and I really can't take these angles sometimes. I'm like, well, I want to take
Exactly.
these angles, but I have to pocket the team apparently.
Exactly.
I just situations like that. It's like, well, what else do you do? I guess.
Exactly. Exactly. Let's just try to. So to solve this problem, I usually recommend try to differentiate between two phases to simplify.
Hmm.
I think first phase is what I like to call poke phase. That is where both teams, you guys are pretty far from each other. You cannot
Hmm.
usually actively press most of your teammates or most of their teammates. You cannot press primary fire actively. Of course, some of the long range members they can do that. Maybe you can also poke, but your damage is usually not as effective compared to when you kind of closer to the enemy when you're fighting face to face. That is the poke
Hmm.
phase. For example, now when you have this time before the fight, this is a good time to say, okay, it's a poke phase. There's not much stuff is happening. Our teammates, they're still regrouping. And this is the
Hmm.
time where I'll just call it first phase. This is simply your first phase. And another phase is brawl phase. And this is when this situation typically happens where you will need to pocket your teammates a little bit more. You will need to try to keep an eye on them a little bit more.
Yeah.
And this is fine. This is fine. You just want to have an angle where you're also able to do that. So sitting on top, for example, is not as bad idea if I'm trying to just shoot people, shoot the enemy from 90 to 180 angle, but also keep an eye on my teammates just in case I can keep an eye on them. But before, it's also possible to go deeper. It's definitely possible to go deeper on the angle, like we say, trying to poke the enemy. To maybe show you this, let's just do. Yeah, so I'm thinking this is one of the shorts I made, and I have this saved in the Google Doc just in case. Okay, so I'm not sure if the quality is good, but hopefully you can see this. So
Hmm.
this is one of this games. Actually, I might have the full video. Let me check it out. Maybe this grind finals. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's see. If it's saved, then it should be good. If it's deleted, then we're just gonna use this one. Yeah, it's saved. It's there. Okay, it's a Watch League game, but this can apply to your rank games as well. This idea is pretty universal. When you have the spoke phase moments, and we can see now, both teams are pretty far from each other. San Francisco, they just capped the point. They're over here. They're on the payload. And Dallas Fuel, they're around the corner. Now, what Kiriko can do here, possibly, if you have one on your team, especially if we're taking space, they can just go in deeper and try to take an angle, and then escape, prepare for the actual brawl phase later. And you could see there's going to be a good example from Finn. They taken an angle, they actually been rotating all this time while their team is just kind of resetting, maybe taking space. They just took their own space, they took their own angle by themselves. And this is what we call poke. Yeah, you poke, but your teammates, they don't need attention. They don't need attention. And now you just can do a lot of pressure and escape, prepare for the brawl phase, and set up again later. Probably they will
Hmm.
try to set up around their team because they have an ultimate, but mostly, as a basic idea, mostly we're gonna be thinking about those angles anyway. Later, what kind of angles we can take. But this can be a good example in your rank games. Yeah. So to answer the idea, okay, how far you can go, and what should you do? Sometimes you die those poke angles. Okay. Uh, this is it clear enough as well, or?
Yep. Yep.
Nice, perfect. Okay, let's just move through here. Okay, we have a lot of ideas already. I think might be good, and just elaborate on those later. So basically here, we could be on the top right already. Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can see how you're just only able to heal as well. And you
Yep.
ideally want to just bash in the poke phase, try to shoot the enemy, try to force the enemy resources. And potentially, it can also make it harder for the enemy to control those angles, like the Cassidy do. It really seems like there's a lot of attention on healing. Most of the time, we kind of just spend time healing, where as
Yes.
support, you have more value with the damage, because you can never out-heal incoming damage
Mhm.
in this game. It's not like in World of Warcraft or some similar games, you can out-heal damage there. Here, you cannot. That's why you have to establish your pressure around the actual damage just trying to shoot people. That's why maybe you see a lot of content creators that also focus on this, but yeah, this is useful idea. This
Mhm.
entire time we just spend a lot of time on supporting your team directly with healing.
Yes.
Okay, that's okay. Did you soothe them actually? I think you saved them,
Yes.
right? Nice. Okay, that's good. It really shows you focus on that stuff. It really helps. Not sure about Nano there, but sure.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
we were talking about it. We
It's
were like,
okay.
okay, that's fine.
Oh, now here. What's your thoughts? Your angles, where can it be? How can you shoot the enemy early? Stuff like that.
Um. So they're coming up there. So I could probably go through the tunnel on the right side, through the wall. Um. I I'd have to see it. I think you can go up to the right here, right? And then
Yeah, well, kind
my
of.
rope
You,
goes
you
there.
you talking about this? Kind of
Yes.
might be possible.
Yeah.
That time before the fight
Um.
to just poke the enemy early. Sure,
Mhm.
sure. Well, could be possible.
Maybe across the way from my Sigma, like on the other side. And as they come through, um, you know, you could probably hit them from behind a little bit.
Yeah, sure, sure. It can be. Try to again. This is a lot about experimentation, just seeing intuitively what works, what not as well. But I definitely like the idea of trying to go in a little bit deeper. Poke phase, you kind of by yourself try to do something, and then escape and set up for the brawl phase again. But this 90 to 180 angles are important. I would suggest most of your attention is definitely should be going towards the brawl phase. That's why don't overdo it with the poke face yet. I would just start to keep it simple and steady. Probably start with the brawl phase, but especially when you're gonna be working on your games by yourself, start with making sure you have the best setup possible for the brawl phase. Later, you will find good time to also sneak the pressure in the poke phase as well, I think, and try to go back and then set up for the brawl. But now it might be too much. But this is again, those are notes, you can use those in the future. Just understand how do you practice so you don't focus on too many details. I think this is really important. This way you will not overwhelm yourself. Okay, so in this case, yeah, you could be around here. You can also try to set up on the high ground, possibly if your team leans back, but I think this might be creative idea with your ultimate too. You can just try to create the
Mhm.
pass towards your team. This way you fight it for the choke, you just shoot, use cover, and divert the attention. This way you have the Suzu and shift, which again can be used on yourself totally. It's okay if they use a lot of stuff and you just Suzu yourself or shift out. This is really, really good. You make the enemy invest in you, the invest abilities.
Mhm.
And, so, and see, actually, you guys giving up a lot of space, but you could be the one trying to create space and maybe initiate with your ultimate. I would highly suggest you have the ultimate think, especially as
Mhm.
support, think how to initiate. Really good ultimates to initiate with Ana ultimate, your ultimate, coalescence, stuff like that. Really, one of the best ultimates. Juno ultimate is good as well. Kiriko rally can be good too. So you see, we kind of just playing a little bit, leaning back, kind of more passively, in my opinion. We need to
Yeah.
definitely create more opportunities. By the way, the enemy is gonna shoot you, and you might die a lot when taking angles and such, but
Yeah.
you can solve that through better timings, better cover usage, and that is something we can talk about later as well. But yep.
Actually, I think right here, I accidentally tabbed to chat, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I was like
Uh,
stuck on the wall. I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna die!" But I didn't die, luckily.
no, it was good Suzu reaction. Yeah. Okay.
When I learned about taking the um angles to for poking, There
Mhm.
was a point when I started doing that, I was very aggressive and was starting to pretty much become a combat Kiriko and less healing Kiriko. And then I'm trying to switch back a little bit into trying to heal more. Um, Balancing that out is kind of hard for me when I might be too aggressive. I'm getting value from doing it, but it's when I'm doing it, my team kind of needed me to be the back healing
Makes
at the
sense.
times when I'm hitting them really hard. I'm like, oh well, and then I go back into healing, and then I don't do as much poke. So trying to find a good balance between the two is what I'm trying to work on too.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So you can just understand how to put the pressure based on the triggers. Maybe there is something, certain variables which are triggering you to go back towards your team, start healing them, start supporting them. There are quite a few, but actually it's okay to be leaning towards more just shooting enemy, because as I mentioned again, the healing, you you can now never out heal the damage. That's why it makes more sense to treat
Yeah.
support like DPS with healing. You just have to shoot the enemy first. That is okay. If you realize then you could be valuable towards your teammates as well, see what are the times, see what exactly should be triggering you to go back to them, start healing them, and yeah, just I would suggest for now to keep it simple. When you have this time during the brawl phase, yeah, let's say, okay, this is brawl phase. When we're doing something, just paying attention to if someone's critical can be enough. So you can, for example, here, see, this Sigma is not critical, so you can
Right.
focus more on shooting your kunai. And when they start being critical, then you can throw a Fuda and shoot between a Fudas. So just
Mhm.
a Fuda, shoot, a Fuda, shoot. And this way you can keep them up. But now your main intention should be definitely shooting. I think you should
Is it
definitely.
um
Hmm.
is it one kunai or two kunai
Uh,
in between healing
uh,
without losing healing output?
I believe it's one. It's yeah, it should be one. There have been no changes with the speed, so yeah, I think this is exactly the good stuff. The
That
good.
I'm also working on that too. Like uh the heal throw. That's also another thing I'm like sometimes not always aware of. I might just sit there and bot heal, and I'm like, oh wait, I can throw kunai in between too. I forgot.
Yeah, yeah. It takes time. Takes time for sure. Takes time for sure, but the more you practice, the easier it's gonna be, really. Okay,
Yeah.
so I will just okay, we have those kind of two things so far, it seems. So the brawl phase is how you position, and another thing is just more decisions oriented, and then decisions is just you need to I'm just gonna write down heal. Okay, let's just do uh I would say shoot most of your time still, it's okay. Shoot most of the time, but start healing when you see critical teammate at the start, I think might be good. Again, there are a lot of things about the awareness you can fix. That is something you can talk about later, to be able to
Mhm.
anticipate stuff, tracking ultimates, but again, step by step, making sure that there's not a lot of stuff to work on. Yeah, keep it simple and make it easy. Yeah. The main concern for me is how do you, at the moment, it really feels, how do you apply pressure on the enemy? It seems that there's a lot of attention on your teammates with the kill. So like now, this entire time, but you can also tweet it this way, like a lot of times you steal your another support's ult charge when you could be
Mhm.
realistically just farming your own ult charge by walking in and let this guy who's sitting in the back try to get his own ult charge. You can also tweet it this way if you want.
Mhm.
But you can see, when, even at this point, yeah, if I just break it down, this guy, they realistically, they don't have an opportunity to maybe walk in deep, try to shoot people like you could have. And that's why
Yeah.
you could be just walking, taking space.
So Kiriko also gets ult charge from doing damage too.
Oh,
Um,
of course.
Between the healing and damage.
Oh yeah, you get the wall charge for both actions, and between, yeah, it doesn't matter. You get the wall charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
And same as Anna, I would also recommend seeing, if I would coach the Anna player too, it's the same thing. It's the fundamental treating yourself like a DPS with the healing. having
Mhm.
having an opportunity to shoot people first and then doing something. So as an example here, your angle wise, yeah, what's your thoughts? Are you able to actively force the actions towards you? Is it really good angle for you at the moment? Could you be anywhere else?
I guess I could play that wall outside of OBJ maybe and poke there.
Talking about the
Or
right side wall?
either that, or I could open up more to the left side. If you there's that little balcony right under your camera. I could possibly. Ryan's got shield up, but I could probably maybe poke from there a little bit more right, maybe.
Where your team is attacking from? Remember, the idea is 90 to 180 angle, right?
Yes.
See, they're trying to attack from here, right? And that
Hmm.
would be positioned the back there. Is it 90 to
Yeah.
180 angle in this case?
No.
No, not as much, right? So it's not gonna
Right.
force the enemy to make an action towards you. And that's exactly the important idea. If I'm at position B,
So
as an
up that
example,
wall.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. Again, to be more creative, it could even be here sometimes. If you have a
Yeah.
character who can also be with you, like Tracer, it's valuable because you also have Anna here, might be good. But yeah, those options, they push you, then they can push A. They push A, you can push from B. This is how you can treat it. You can
Mhm.
make your own plays and try to just shoot more, try to kill the backline, try to maybe just distract that line as well. Makes it easier for them to walk because it's positioned a little bit too defensive, a little bit too far. That's good wall climb, dodge stuff, good cover. This is reasonable. Can kill the Bastion now. Can start pushing. This exact time, this poke phase, you can try to take more space and just push as much as you can. Push as much as you
Yeah.
can, like we showed in that example here. The grand finals, the Finn, they've been pushing really far from this angle, and then go back towards your position again, set up for the brawl phase. Still not the priority, but that is something you can aim to do later. If you find with the brawl phase, if you already set up at the good angles in the brawl phase, this is really
So
good.
here I could have like slightly before, like when I was at the payload, I
Oh
could
yeah,
have went up with my Sigma and maybe got that high ground on the right side to poke.
sure, sounds good to me. You can even stay there if you're not getting forced out. You could even stay and just slightly change the positioning depending on where the fight is. I can play over here, can go towards there. If they push me, well, fine. They're wasting time. I can TP out and then later position around this wall. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
this is reasonable. Yeah, push your limits, see what works. Because now they also see they're pushing through here, so you might also readjust if you realize, they're doing something else. They're trying to go there. So my 90 angle would be if my team is here, then it would be somewhere around here. And
Mhm.
maybe meanwhile, you could also kill the Bab. You notice what this Bab's doing there alone. You could just kill them potentially.
Yeah.
Maybe stuff like that. Actually, notice them. You just push them out. Now, there's a shatter. Suzu's fine. Yeah, definitely shows you've been working on Suzu. I think it's look good. You don't have to focus on it too much at the moment. I think focus more on creating plays for proactivity with the position. So again, now I can push up. I can push up, take space. Later, go back.
Yeah.
Probably now you would again be setting up for the brawl phase. You can even take this ultimate as a tool for you to just stay on the angle a little bit more. I could create a pass maybe from here towards my team. This could also work. I would just potentially maybe move slightly deeper. The enemy makes more commitment, and later you can just catch them here. It makes it harder for them to kite, but it's reasonable. It's good to initiate anyway. It's good to initiate all the time. It was pretty nice initiation timing wise. Why not? That's okay. Yeah, use window nano.
This is right there is where I tapped out. I was like, no.
Oh.
I was like, right here. I just don't move like no.
Ah. Let's see. Yeah, happens. Happens. It's alright. Okay, attack is gonna be even more interesting because in defense you have the time to set up, but on attack it's harder. You have to be taking those positions more actively, fighting for those positions with enemy as well. So, yeah, have Diva now. Yeah,
We do this a lot. Like,
I like.
I really want to get a full
Yeah,
game of Diva and Kiriko for you sometime.
I like this position, but do you see why this position is good? What is that about? What makes it good?
It's another off angle,
Yeah.
from where the team is.
Yeah, yeah, and this diverts a lot of attention. This is exactly what we're looking for. More 90 to 180 angles, while the rest of your core that typically come out this way. You could maybe
Mhm,
set up your angle around this as well, around Sombra,
mhm,
but
mhm.
it's fine. You can make your choices, see what works. This is also fine because they're more flanky. You can also be flanking. You can piece of the walls. It's okay. Watch for the opportunities, but this is really good, and this is what forces the enemy to do later. They have to give up some space. Suddenly, oh wait, there are guys in high ground, so I guess they have to walk forward. They're scared. They will have to walk forward. Your team can walk forward as well. But in the other reality, if you stand here, then they would just stand still and tank a lot of damage, and that's
Yeah,
why it's really nice you take in this position. I would just still do this thing where you shoot first and heal later.
yeah,
So see, now, yeah, this guy, they're not getting critical. You could just be shooting,
yeah.
shooting, shooting, shooting. Okay, they're about to
Mhm.
lose the armor, going to critical. You start healing them up and shooting between the Fudos again. Yeah, this
They also
simple.
have DM too,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
they would have had a lot of time before I need to heal
Yeah,
them.
this entire time you could be shooting freely. Yeah, yeah, this you could shoot, shoot, shoot. The Reaper heal was okay, I think. So they actually here I would still shoot first and then see if you need to heal. So when they start dropping HP towards the critical again, you start healing. Healing on the Sombra makes sense. The critical here,
This scared me a lot,
this is
seeing him
alright.
walk into the
Yeah,
Bastion.
this is alright, exactly. This is alright, and then shoot again. Yeah,
Yeah.
heal, shoot, and now you just shoot, shoot, shoot. Watch the opportunities. Now this is going critical, so you can Suzu. Yeah, now again you're gonna be back to shooting, but you kind of
Yeah.
heal, heal, heal. Yeah, this heal is okay. Really good setup, by the way. Your team comes from here, you go here. This is good. This is what you gotta do more. Investing your shift into setup and bash it on attack a lot of times can be okay.
Mhm.
Later you get back, like an escape tool. If you're getting pushed, like this, Cassidy's pushing us. Okay, if we cannot exist here, we can escape with a shift. But because we can just hold an angle, and that's why it's so good. You make these guys to make stupid moves like this, because you set
Mhm.
up on those angles, and they make stupid moves, you punish them later. Yeah,
Yeah.
good position. You escape because you're in danger. And that's how you capture the point. You just gotta do that more. You gotta do this
Yeah.
stuff more. What do you do now? Okay. Any questions so far, maybe? Or
No, just a lot of thinking right now.
okay, okay.
I do like there's the stuff I do think of, but hearing you say it also helps me like confirm things.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely like I see the angles that we take are good angles, and hearing you say that that's a good idea definitely
Yeah,
helps me a lot.
exactly. It's also a decent idea
Um,
to fight for the high ground there. Keep an eye on again more active members watching. Obviously, well, in this case, it's while when the diva is out, you can go after the Reaper, but it's fine. I think the initial idea when we holding around those good positions, around those good angles, decent. Okay, you have this. Okay, helping out the diva makes sense. They're critical, can start healing and then shoot between. Once they out, yeah, so here, they're fine. Again, you need to go back to shooting and probably set up.
mm,
Go around. If you realize you're not a good spot, I would usually suggest invest the time. Invest the time in setting up. Go towards the bad angle. By the way, even during the TP phase, when you're trying to just go back, yeah, you could be. What do you think about TP into Sombra in here?
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be another off angle I could
maybe.
have taken.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of switch between the off angles constantly. This is even better. You try to prioritize setup over any any anything else, I would say, for now, because this way you divert the enemy attention. They constantly put up a lot of pressure, and maybe this Orisa will decide, okay, there's a Kiriko. They will start pushing you. Then you can use wall climb, you can dodge, and then they invest resources. You get your shift back, and you TP out, and then you can repeat the same stuff. It's really, really good way of thinking. You're not like a tank, obviously. You shouldn't be tanking initial damage, but you divert a lot of attention as support. As a mobile support, really good idea. Yeah, Suzu's fine. Healing is fine when the critical still, so you heal them. Now you can go back to shooting.
Mm.
Yeah, shoot, if possible. Yeah, just shooting again is fine. By the way, tweeting, what another layer why might be good to actually let your teammates to go to get critical is because you again trying to bait the enemy stuff. If
Yeah.
they are going on critical teammate, they see okay, Sombra is really low. The Cassidy sees that they start pushing the Sombra, and then suddenly they're not critical anymore because you start healing them, but because they got baited. They out of position.
Yeah.
They're using their abilities. This is really nice. That's why it's one more reason for you to treat your teammates. Think about those as a bait sometimes too. You can do that. Might be a
Hmm.
little bit cruel, but still, it's okay.
Yeah. They're like, where's my heals at?
Yeah. But if you good Kiriko, in terms of proactivity, usually they will not need as much healing as well. To be honest,
Hmm.
that's why you see maybe top of 100 players they just do those unranked to GMs, and then not too many people complaining actually because they're just not receiving pressure. Why? Because a lot of pressure is on that Kiriko player. They're just able to dodge stuff. They're able to use the abilities well to trade cooldowns. Super activity. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Could be good to go, yeah, exactly. Go with the Diva. Stay here, and also don't forget to shoot. Ultimate's fine. Probably could stay there a little bit longer. I would say,
Mm.
let me see. Did you have the sightline? It's
I
okay,
didn't know
makes
where the
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know where the Cassidy was, so I just
Hmm.
hopped out.
Yeah, they're also kind of critical there, so makes sense. Okay. That's alright. I would say critical teammates usually a fine decision. For now, to again simplify, could be fine. Now the time you can use to just go in a poke phase, shoot, maybe get a pick, maybe not. At least if I'm all charge, go back, and then set up for this brawl phase. This time, I suggest. By the way, from just competitive mentality,
Hmm.
you usually might be good decision for you to not invest time on the point as much, at least for now, because this way you're the one more in control on your games because you pushing up more, you land more shots, you farm your ultimate faster, then that is something you can control compared to letting your teammates do that, to do that stuff,
Yeah.
to push that, because you don't know what they're exactly gonna do with their ultimates, especially when people well, let's say, you don't know, like if they're good or not. You just the random people, it's okay to treat it this way, where you don't stay on the point as much. It's okay to just try to push a little bit more. At higher tier, you see a lot of Kiriko players, they actually would push the point. But why? Because they're actually confident that the other people pushing, they get enough value, and that's more useful for them to push compared to them. But for now, as a general mentality, I would just say, again, one more reason for you to take space, and one more
Yeah.
reason for you to just go
So,
deeper.
what do you for the pick phase here?
Oh, yeah.
What do you think on attack here? Like, what is my best um option here?
But best angle, what's your thoughts? Where could you go? By looking at this.
You, either that room Sombra's going into, follow
Yeah,
him there, or down to the left side there, maybe
yeah,
holding that little room and
yeah.
picking it out.
Exactly, exactly. I think it's faster at this point. That's why I'm saying context. Context matters. It's really easy to get on the angle because somebody is there. You can just shift
Mhm,
in. You can just step in, and
mhm,
you will stay shoot, you get your shift back, you go back, and maybe even stay there, who knows, because the fight is gonna take place here. If you're able to stay, fine, you can also take this opportunity and stay there until the brawl phase comes in, and then shoot people. Yeah, shoot people from there. Why not? I think this way, all about the context, but just do something, try to go towards the enemy, see, yeah, what are the options. Definitely not bad stuff. Can bait a lot of good attention. Yeah, now it seems we're kind of more in the back, and more in the back, similar to where you are in this position. We're not abusing the fact you have mobility. Yeah, this is another kind of thing to throw at you. Yeah, why angles are good.
mhm.
You abusing the fact you have mobility. With Anna, you don't have as much mobility. That's why you maybe can take softer angles, kind of closer to the team. As a Kiriko, you do have mobility, so there should be a time and place where you're trying to use that. Not just use that, yeah, but force the enemy in action towards you, and then
Mhm.
you go out. Maybe you try to go towards your teammates later. Right. Okay, I think there's a lot of similar stuff. Maybe what I would do is, if you're fine with that, we could try to do a game and just implement some of this stuff, if you don't mind.
Hmm.
You want to do that?
Yep. Yep. We can.
Perfect, perfect.
So,
And
like
yeah.
here on the, let's say I did go and do my poking. Um,
Mm,
what's like the best indicator of when to TP back to the team? And once I did TP back to the team and I'm in this situation, is this right here, what I'm doing right now, is this what my best option would be? Just healing now, or
mm,
because this is definitely an area where if I were to get an off angle, it would take some time if Sombra was not there to go
yeah.
back to poking.
Yeah. Well, if you would be with Sombra, well, probably you could maintain this position as mentioned, but the main trigger for you to fall back, well, it's either you in danger or you realize, okay, those guys are critical. Let's go back in. I think this is mostly what I would do. Shoot most of
Mhm.
the time. Heal when someone's critical. To simplify, it. Because there are a lot
So
of
I
other
could
ideas
be
as well. Hmm.
so I could be here after I healed them back up, then
Yep.
just shoot from here where we were positioned here.
Shoot from here. You're talking about this position?
Just this area in general, because let's say I
Yeah.
TP back, I get them out of critical and they're healed up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just bot healing now, but
Yeah.
would I just be in this position just so kunais just keep throwing, keep throwing?
Yeah, I would say yeah. You again, this is not the best angle. Yeah, if you would be stuck here in the choke, that's why you don't like it a lot of times. You don't like to be stuck in the choke. You don't want to try to take those 90 to 180 angles. Yeah, you kind of shoot, but then later, once there's an option, opportunity, move in. Yeah, try to take
Move
space.
in.
Maybe go
Okay.
here. Maybe go there if possible. Once your tank typically pushing, they grab attention. There is something you can use as an opportunity. They're gonna probably fly in at some point. They just walk in. Yeah, for
Hmm.
example now, and you can take advantage of that, take an angle, go somewhere, try to set up. That is how I would do that. But yeah, there are definitely going to be times where you're kind of stuck. Yeah, there's no perfect all the time 9C 180 angle, but you try to lean towards this if possible.
Hmm.
Yeah, as I mentioned, could be staying with Sombra. Okay, Diva goes critical. TP back, well, kind of stuck in here, but it's fine. Later we can set up again, find the option, find the opportunity to just go on those angles. That's how I would do it.
Mm.
Yeah. Probably staying with Sombra could also make it easier for your Diva to fly in. Who knows? By the way, they fly in towards the same area, so you could be healing them too if you have this kind of similar angle, which is fine. Really nice. Okay.
I hear I watched a video of Emongs and he was saying you might see in higher ranks a Tracer and Kiriko working
Yes.
together kind of on those off
Yes.
angles and backline.
Yes. Exactly. Again, same reason. Mobility. A lot of mobility. I think Koreans, when they've been practicing, when the Kiriko came out, they exactly been doing that. A lot of people they saw that as well. Well, but I knew this is what you have to do, and this is really important. You recognize that as a Kiriko, you're able to hold those flank angles. That's why you can be set up around the tracers. You just be
Hmm.
able to do initial pressure. Pressure is first, and then later heal your team. Yeah. So are you okay with doing a game? Trying to do a game? Implement some of the stuff, or
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
Hopefully the stream is okay. I hope that's fine.
yeah. You can set quality, low quality. It's fine.
Okay.
By the way, because yeah, I believe you got multiple sessions. Because this
Hmm.
session it says it's 2 hours, but how it works,
Hmm.
it's basically it's 1 hour 30 minute one. But in addition, later I'm gonna do 30 minutes offline review. I'll explain at the end of the session how it works, but it's gonna be an off time between the sessions. Ideally, I will explain later, but for now to just yeah make sure
Okay.
that yeah we're gonna end probably just in around 25 minutes somewhat, yeah, and then I'm gonna have another session, but then later I do additional 30 minutes look on your gameplay later, yeah. Is it fine?
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, okay.
What resolution do you recommend?
Well, anything where you don't experience lag. Just any would work for me. I understand what's happening on the screen.
Okay. I'll try that. I seem competitive is what you want me to do.
Let me see. I would lower this. 144, yeah, 2K might be a little bit too much. Try to lower this to 720 or 180. This is for
Okay.
sure. This is for sure because with this you might experience lag. Yeah, 180 is fine. Yeah, perfect. Comp is good. Do you feel like you're warmed up or if you
I should be okay. I did a little bit of aim training in one of the custom matches where it just has the different heroes
oh, this is
strafing.
good.
I did that
This is
before
good.
we started.
Nice. Okay, this is good. Yeah, we could try to do a game in comp if you're fine with that. I think later, of course, try to invest most of your time in comp. I suggest that. Yeah, but yeah, we can start
Yeah,
queuing and
hopefully we don't have a 7-minute queue. That would be
I hope
great.
so. It says 1 minute on DPS as well. 1 minute tank. Oh, well, support is longer, I believe. Usually, but it's okay. Okay, for now, what kind of stuff you want to focus on during this game?
I definitely the 90 and 180. Hearing you
Hmm.
say that, I definitely want to play with that a lot because that sounds kind of nice and fun.
Let's do that. Yeah, consistency. Maybe I would not focus on the pro phase too much, just purely focus on the brawl phase, because there's might be a little bit too much to work on otherwise. But
Okay.
consistent setup around the brawl phase, 90 to 180 angle sounds really good. If you have this, let's see how this diverts attention, and later, of course, making sure we stay alive, escaping. Something we're gonna talk about next session as well is how to maintain the angles, so you will be able to stay there longer because this diverts even
Mhm.
more attention. But yeah, nice, really fast queue. This map, by the way, you have a lot of vertical mobility as a Kira, so you
Yes.
can abuse this in this map. Yeah, all about the context, seeing where my team is positioned, try to take an angle because of it.
Hmm.
And by the way, again, don't worry as much when you're trying to implement this stuff. Don't worry as much about maybe not healing your team as much. Yes, this might happen, but later you will be better and better recognizing the triggers, opportunities when to go back towards your team. For
Hmm.
now, main trigger is if someone's critical. That's would be enough because a lot of people they start worrying. Okay, my team is in danger, and true. Well, sometimes your teammates might die, but if you get a better trade, your teammates die, but you kill more people on the enemy. This is what matters at the end. You can win the fight. If you win the
Hmm.
fight, this what matters.
So
Okay,
normally I sit up here, but you want me to take a 90 or just an off angle?
see what you yeah, well, you could start. I think you also using additional verticality can be a nice here if possible. I think the bridge can work. Yeah, start with this, for example, and just see how it
Okay.
works. Yeah, yeah. There's Tracy on the right side too, just in case the maybe might come. But yeah, this is good. It just keeps shooting. Mm-hmm. Okay, it seems your team's position a little bit too forward. Yeah, so you can maybe even adjust. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is fine. And you can start healing this guy. Yeah. Looks good. Just keep holding this. Just keep this one. There's no aggression towards you. Free shooting. Okay, now we adjust. If your team pulls back, you can take another angle. What's your options here? It's alright. This guy's really low. Nice shot. Right. Stuff. That's okay. The die happens. It's one of the situations where the map geometry is sometimes a little bit difficult. You have this choke, narrow, but yeah. Fine, it was okay.
Okay.
It was okay, it was okay. Yeah, you looked for opportunity, yeah. It's just
Hmm.
slightly earlier TP would save you, but this is good. This
Yep.
is what you're looking for, exactly. You're trying to see what could
Okay.
help you to stay alive there, maintain those longer too. Okay. Yeah, setup first, yeah. This can be a good start. Mm-hmm. Fortunately, team didn't touch. It's okay. Okay. If your team holds here, what's your 90 angle? Yeah, go here. Yeah. Again, might seem like crazy spot. Yeah, while we're holding here, but your team is holding this spawn, so you have to stay. You have to stay either left or right side. Yeah, just stay
Okay.
here. This is all right. Maybe they don't fully understand that they got the checkpoint, but it's all right. Yeah, fine. If you can hold the angle, hold it. If you're not able to, then drop, of course, but... Good. Good setup. Nice. Critical, fine. Good. Don't worry. They die, but if someone dies, not bad thing, too. If you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
win the fight. Setup. You can take similar. You can shoot the Tracer, too. Yeah. This guy just dies because you shoot them. Nice. Nice, good. That's fine to spawn camp, don't worry. Yeah. Was there's guardians? Nice. There's wasteland. Yeah. They just die because you shoot them. They're scared. That's how you make things happen. Nice.
Yes.
Y'all shot in the Tracer before. I just saved the Ash, I think, from the pools too. Was fight ago. Good position. It's okay, don't worry about them too much unless they're critical. You could stay. I would just suggest, yeah, stay, and find the option. I would lean. So see, because you're holding the way really aggressive, maybe left or right platform. Yeah, that platform you're looking at is good. Yeah, Ryan's really lazy.
Reinhardt?
You're right. He's
What?
going in. He's walking in. Okay, it's fine. This position is good. I would hold it. You just keep holding this. It's okay. You don't have any other option anyway, and this is good 180 angle. Yeah, this is fine. Just hold with dash. It's okay. Later you can escape if... Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Good. Was good enough. Just a little bit...
A little bit too long.
A little bit too long, but this is decent. This is decent. This is good. You force out a lot of stuff too. I'll talk about maintaining those later. There's no problem. For now, this is exactly what you're looking for. Okay. And one. Why your Ryan is still alive? Not sure. It's good position. Good shooting too. Nice. Okay. That's alright. That's fine. You have the ultimate, by the way, so don't worry. You can definitely set up something.
Oh.
Good position. Fine. They chase you. You can go back towards an angle, by the way. If they do this, see this sort of stuff where they chase you all around, using your verticality to just bait them and go back up is okay. Because they drop, then you go back up again. This is fine.
Okay.
They don't have an opportunity to instantly chase you. It's like one of those more advanced things, but it's reasonable. Yeah, you can set up with your Ash, for example. Good 90 to 180 angle. Good shooting. Yeah, there's good attention, the Tracer. Your team is pushing, you can move on the angle like you do. This is good. Good position. Good kill on the Mercy. Yeah. Nice, looking good. Yeah, you can keep holding. It's okay. By the way, if you're on the angle, feel free to use the ultimate from that angle as well. You don't have to TP to create the pass for your team. You can create pass towards your team as well.
Yeah.
This is okay. Oh, it was decent timing though. It was ultimate, I think. Just don't feel hesitated to use it from here as an example. It's okay. You can start using it even from there. Yeah. Nice, good. They're pushing you. Nice, perfect. They make a move, you make another move. Yeah, set up differently. Nice, good. It's fine. They're wasting time. They're wasting resources. Yeah, good, good, good. This guy can push you, but they make a mistake eventually, and they might die. Yeah, really close to dying, by the way. They've been 1 HP there.
Yeah.
But maybe even push them. They might get the HP back soon, because they get healed, but... Yeah, they're getting healed by Mercy. It's fine. Okay, see what's your option. No, not the main angle, but kind of fine. Yeah. Your team's
Notch
pushing
angle.
up. Yeah, your team's pushing up, so you can... Maybe even that right platform again can work. Or a platform in the back where you've been sitting with Ash now. Also.
Yeah.
Because you can get those guys. Yeah. Yeah, see, your team's pushing up. Okay, let's take space. It's fine. You can take another angle. Hmm. I mean, sure. Good. Yeah. From here, easy shots. 1, 2, nice, good. Good stuff, and this is last fight you can ult. You don't have to hold him in, yeah. This is last fight, so no worry. In Marvel Rivals now, you can actually... you can actually have the ultimate for the next round, but here you cannot, yeah. That's okay. Yeah, I think even in Marvel Rivals there are modes where you're not able to get your ultimate for the next, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of I'm doing a lot of different thinking of the different like 90 angles or 180 angles I can be taking throughout every single fight now.
This is
Just
good.
how to
Yeah.
get myself there.
Yeah, this is
A lot of
great.
thinking going on.
Yeah, and see, this is again not about the exact spots. Context. Context matters. Your team's holding
Mhm.
spawn. Let's take an angle around spawn. If they're not taking spawn, then okay, we do something else. But all about the context. Yeah. Of course, there's some general good positions. Some people would say, yeah, this is a good position typically. But in general, yes. But if you don't understand the context, sometimes it might be not good position exactly. So.
Mm-hmm.
So I watch this, all those guides and those exact one solution kind of guides. Watch it with a criticism, or watch what else you could also do. There's never one-dimensional advice. It's always depends on situation, what you do exactly. Of course, we established those kind of rules. Yeah, what direction we lean towards, like with 90, 180 angles, but there are definitely situations where you're not able to do that. There are also definitely not, sometimes not good points to do that, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We still try to lean towards it, possible, yeah. Because you have mobility, you have to abuse it. Okay, find what's good option. Good shots there. Boom. Yeah. Yeah. Being aware of your teammates is nice too, yeah, watching. You can push up more if the take space, good position. Later you can move up the left stairs and just hold from there. Fine, fine. This is fine, yeah. It's okay. Find opportunity to shoot still. Yeah. Probably need closer angle too. A little bit too far. Yeah. Better one, yeah. This is shorter range angle. That's good stuff.
I just need to hit them one time.
Yeah. Okay, they die. You can adjust and push more. Again, those same positions. Short angles are fine, typically. You can kill the Tracer too, maybe. Oh. Close. Oh, fine. That's fine. Yes, see what are your options again with the setup.
Oh no. Oh no.
Happens. You have your ultimate, so might be
Yeah.
the next time, the next fight could be a good time to just set up, initiate with your ultimate, try to get a few picks. Your ultimates, first of all, should enable you. This is a big idea. This is good platform, usually. You can even sit on the opposite later. It's just
Mhm.
where the enemy is coming from. That gigant over here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is decent position. Yeah, fine. Good, capture the point. Now watch the time for taking space. This guy's a hard staggering. You can easily kill all of them now if you take space. Just go and take space, I think.
Okay.
Set up for another angle. Yeah, exactly. The most important thing on this map is fight for the ship. If you're able to just get it, then it's
On
nice.
like just
Yeah,
what do you
you.
think of Kiriko on top of the ship?
This is good because your fight is gonna take place under the bridge, so you need
Okay.
to lean towards it. Yeah, if possible, I would try to take it. Like now, you actually have time to, so
Oh.
that's it's okay. You can wall climb from here. Yeah. It's fine. It's a bit hard map to retake. Usually, trying to
Mhm.
set up around the ship as soon as possible for this early damage is really nice, and then you
Okay.
just will not allow the enemy to use the ship at all, or just establish your own pressure. That's alright.
Mhm.
Oh, you guys still can do something. You probably, well, if possible, try to take it first. Yeah, they're controlling this, but yeah, fine. You can try. Just be careful with when they attack, then escape. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. They dropped. You control the angle easily with Yash. Mm-hmm. Nice. Good shooting. Go aggressive. It's okay. If they're critical, you can. That's alright. The torp shot. Yeah.
Mhm.
It might take some fights to break, so the choke, but the biggest thing is
Mhm.
the ultimate. If you got the ultimate, you will get it after the next fight.
Mhm.
You can break through. There's a big opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good. Readjust as well if you need. If there's a... Yeah, if your team is pushing up. You have your ultimate too, so... You can... set up something. You got 1 for 1, and... Yeah, risk is pretty low. Okay. It's fine. One more fight. One more fight. One more fight. Think how to initiate with your ultimate.
Yeah.
Good Suzu. Ultimate's good.
Mm.
It's okay. TP out. Yeah. Shot. Winnable. Really winnable one. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Still can be winnable. If you kill the Tracer, I think, especially. Watch out, they might come in again. As a HP pack, just in case. Really close one.
Mm.
Okay, really
Mhm.
good game in terms of trying to
Mhm.
take those angles. This is what matters, because some games it's hard depending on certain variables. Yeah, for this map, what's hard about this second point is that it's hard to retake. That's why the biggest thing, once you got the point, first point,
Mhm.
then you need to just push towards the ship and create early pressure, and you stagger the enemy continuously. That's what could win you the
Mhm.
entire map, I think. But it's okay, because what matters at the end is you do this angle concept more. You do this angle concept more, then you win
Mhm.
more games later, I think. And it shows, I think it shows with the value you're getting, how much stuff you're forcing the enemy to do towards you, and this way you can just stand the angle. Try to see the next games once you play just by yourself. See how it is, how it's gonna work, and maybe if there are gonna be any questions, maybe some specific timestamps you want me to look at, you can also send me those. I can answer the questions. Yeah, what could you be
Mhm.
doing with the angles? Where could you stay? Stuff like that. But this is good. It feels like you good at picking up this angle stuff. It really shows that you kind of fast with those decisions to when to give up the angle, when to push. Yeah, so definitely do this more. It looks promising. Yeah, it looks good. I think keep doing this stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just try to summarize so far what we got. Yeah, what are the exact points we got and should be good. Yeah, you tell me what are the main ideas you can be working on.
Um, Definitely the poke and brawl phase, the taking the 180 and 90 angle. That's ones I'm definitely gonna look at. I gotta play with that a lot. That's definitely new in my brain of thinking thinking 90 and 180. I guess when to leave my poke position to get back to the team or when I should leave. Um, just a lot of different angles, find different angles I can
Yep,
work with and play with them. See what
exactly.
works, what don't work.
Exactly. For you, for now, the main factor is looking at if your team is critical, and then it's gonna be good enough to understand if you have to leave the angle or you have to just start again supporting them, healing them. But later, we
Mhm.
can talk about the other triggers. Yeah, we can talk about what could be also triggering you and anticipating. Yeah, work on the game sense. It definitely helps. So you'll be able to stay at a good positions at all times. We'll talk about that too. But for now, let's just work on this positional stuff. Map control. Your Suzu ability usage overall seems really good. I think mechanics wise, it's fine. I don't think we need to work on that as much compared to the other stuff. So it's nice. Okay,
Good.
and later. Okay, I'm just gonna explain with this offline reviews. Okay, I'm just gonna finish the notes and yeah, for offline.